Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E&E, put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no breaks. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gold. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultras, real firm, gully mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Hey, you already know, man, we about to get straight to it. Ain't nothing to it to do, and we gonna do it like we used to it, man. Tap in. I'm trying to get this thing on TikTok going too. Right. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Right. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing on this beautiful Saturday? So, well, I mean, you know, it's not ugly Saturday, but you know what I'm saying? When I say beautiful, I mean the day is beautiful because we all here, you did. And that's a beautiful thing. You know? My shit up. Yeah, there we go. Right? We got to get TikTok bopping too, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You did. Let me get the angles right over here. Oh, maybe I should do it like this. No, that's not right. Let me get this angle right here, y'all, so I can come up. You know. Right. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. That's good. That's good. That's cool. You did. What's happening? What's up? What's up? What's up? You already know what it is, man. How many of y'all seen this documentary? Put a number 11 in the chat if you have seen The Reckoning of Sean Combs, right? Put a number 11 in the chat if you've seen the documentary, right? You know, it's a lot of mixed reviews on this damn joint, right? And this is what I'll say from my perspective, right? I'll say this. No, that's not a good angle right there. That's gonna have to. I'll say this, right? A lot of that information is already known. It wasn't like there was no big revelation throughout the whole docuseries, right? It wasn't like it was like, oh, I didn't know that, right? I mean, not a lot anyway. I'm not gonna say that everything that was in the documentary. I'm gonna say most of it is stuff that already is public, right? But when it comes to this situation, man, and this is what I want y'all to understand about this whole demo right here, right? Let me pull it up on the screen on y'all on YouTube. Let me pull it up on screen for y'all real quick. What's good, y'all? How y'all enjoying y'all Saturday afternoon, man? The Buckeyes play at 8 p.m. tonight. That's why I'm doing the show right now, because I'm more than likely probably gonna go catch the game somewhere. You did. You know what I'm saying? This is something I don't think a lot of people don't understand about this, right? And I'm not like, when I say this, I'm not defending 50 Cent. I'm not backing him up. I'm just speaking from a place of straight facts, remove your feelings, and business. But regardless of integrity, whatever, that's not what I'm here to discuss, right? I'll let y'all do that in the comment section and all that, right? But all this footage that we see, this is footage that Diddy himself paid people or promised to pay people to get for him the year that he was going through the whole trial up until they booked him, right? So this is how you know when you're playing a game that you think that you somehow going to be running stuff in. You get a little taste of power. You know, you get away with a lot of stuff. You know, you get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're getting glad-handed, pause. You're having your way. You know, people listen to you. You're in control of things, seemingly, you know, and you that kind of goes to your head. You know, when you experience this level of having power and influence, right? Not realizing, or should I say, not keeping in mind that it can all be snatched away, right? But with that being said, you know what I mean? A lot of people are saying that 50 Cent is a scumbag for executive producing this. A lot of people are saying that 50 Cent is a lame for doing this and all of that. And I can understand why people would say that because of our code of conduct. That I'm glad that this is an aspect of our unspoken code of conduct amongst us FBA Black people. I'm glad that spirit is still there to where it's just certain stuff we just don't do regarding each other as Black folks. But, and what I'm about to say is not justification for what 50 did, because in that aspect, I agree, right? That's some sucker stuff, man. I mean, you know, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I don't go along with it. I wouldn't do it, but I can understand why a dude would be on that type of time if that's the type of time they on. Because Puffy, you did snake his broad, his BM, had her performing in sexual activities. So that might be his form of get back. Now, I'm not saying that's cool. I'm not saying that's justified. I'm not saying that's some real type ish. But it is what it is, and it happens in the hoods of America every day. Happens in the hoods of America every day, right? So, you know what I mean? From that aspect, all's fair in love and war, right? You hear me? It's business at the end of the day. See, if Puff would have been a guy who looked out for people, took care of people, made sure people was good with his influence and his power and his money, then maybe, you know, this documentary would have been a different perspective. But since Puff is the opposite of all of that, right? Every artist that has ever signed with Puff is either dead, in jail, or broke and not successful. I ain't gonna say all of them. I'm gonna say most of them, with the exception of a few, right? Puff has done everybody he's done business with dirty. Nobody is around here screaming his praises. And you can sit up here and say, everybody wait to, nah, these are people been saying the stuff they've been saying for years. I think we kind of get away from that. And this is not a lambast, blaze, and roast Sean podcast tonight, right? But this is just a reiteration of what's real, right? Right? And I'm not defending 50 in any way, right? I'm defending the truth, what's right and exact, right? Two things can be true at the same time, though, right? A guy who never done good business with anybody can't expect for anybody to come to this man's beck and call or aid when he get in a perilous situation like this, right? He got to drag his kids into it, indoctrinating them under the same lifestyle like I do, or same mindset as well. Like I respect what the one guy said who started Bad Boy with Puff, and one of his childhood friends is a little bit older than him, the guy with the you know, with the locks in his hair. You know what I'm saying? He said that you know what I'm saying? He said that Puff always wanted to be the boss. Right? He always wanted to be in charge. And he was willing to do anything to get it. Right? So, you know what I mean? Like, when you do bad business, man, this is the type of stuff that happened to you, man. And then in your time of need, there's nobody there to come through for you because you done did everybody dirty. You did everybody dirty. XL Pro, what's happening, man? You done did everybody dirty, man. Right? Case in point. This guy really thought that he was going to not go to jail. Oh my God, this is how deluded Puff had become, man. Maybe he was thinking, right? Maybe he was thinking it's some videotapes that they don't know about, that I know about, that I can use as leverage, right? Nah, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, man. Somebody came and visit that man. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Somebody came to visit Puff. Somebody who he probably, maybe they came across this type of people before, maybe he haven't, but I'm telling you right now, they told that boy Puff, like, listen here, man. Y'all remember that scene from Belly when X was shooting baskets in the park and the YT boy pulled tight on him? Huh? That's the type of stuff I'm talking about right there. See, it's not that Puff didn't know the type of people he was involved with, engaged with. What it was is Puff actually thought in his mind that he had enough power and influence and money to go against the machine, to bite the hand that was feeding him. He actually was deluded to the point where he thought he was going to be able to win. He thought whatever he got leverage, what he think is leverage, he thought that was going to save his ass. He thought that they wasn't going to do him like how they do everybody else, knowing what he knows. And I'm telling you, man, like that scene from Belly, maybe a little bit more grotesque than that. You know, somebody pulled tight on Puff and pulled his coattails for sure, right? He got way too arrogant, trying to buy out Diageo, trying to buy BET, talking about we need to pool our resources and YT people this and YT people that, man. Right? And you already signed up to be that golden boy. I'm telling you, man, y'all got to understand, when you lay down with the devil, you take on the devil's attributes, meaning you think you better than what you are, meaning you want to be like the Most High. You take on that mindset that I can't be stopped, I can't be touched, right? Can't nobody hold me, can't nothing do with me, nobody do nothing with me. I done got away with this stuff, with plenty of dirty stuff. I got dirt on y'all. And Puff really, really lost sight of the type of people of who he is actually dealing with, as if they can't erase the memory of Sean Combs from the history books of American entertainment, like he never existed. Right? Why you think they raided both of his cribs at the same time? Right? Now, Puff, knowing a guy like Puff, and I like what the guy said in the movie, man, right? I alluded from that a little bit because I went on the tangent. But the guy said this: it's not about Puff saying, hold on, it wasn't even dude. Eric Sermon said this, right? Eric Sermon, listen here. And this is how I know a lot of y'all is young and hip hop, because Eric Sermon always been saying this stuff about Puff. This ain't no out of the blue stuff coming from E-Double, man. He been saying this about Puff. Eric Sermon is one of the guys I remember over the years in hip hop always saying Puff is a sucker, man. Him and a lot other more people too. But Eric Sermon always told us about Puff. Since the early 90s, he was telling us about this dude. About albums he produced for Big's album and didn't get paid. Right? And he ain't the only one. Eric Sermon said, instead of Puff having the mind frame of, damn, I'm tripping, I need to fall back and reevaluate my life. I'm successful. I'm making this money. Why am I doing this silly, crazy stuff? Maybe I need to fall back and listen. You know what I'm saying? Not instead of doing that when he got into trouble. Now his mind frame was, how can I get out of this? Who I gotta pay? How much I gotta pay? What I gotta do? That's the mind frame, Puff. I'm telling you, when you take on that mind frame towards things, they'll let you know that you probably are maybe of the reprobate mind. Because in order to involve yourself as deep as Sean did, that was meaning you made deals with the devil himself, right? Now, I don't know why people be thinking they can make deals with LSD and think that they're going to come out on top, Kobe, rest in the essence. How you think you're going to, and this is, like I say, this is a very what's the word I want to use here, man? Right? This is a very, I'm going to just use, for lack of a better term, this is a very stupid mindset to have, right? To think that you're going to infiltrate the system in order to expose the system and bring the system down by joining the system. By being a part of the system, participating in the structure and the order and the design and the production of the system. Stop it. That's like saying you're going to take down the Crips by joining the Crips. You think the Crips is still around, ain't they? How you think they've been infiltrated by the FBI and all of that? They're still around. So think about that, man. And that's what guys like Puff, and I didn't mean to drag my brother Kobe into this, but I always got to bring up Bean, because Bean and Sean, Kobe and Sean was in business with the same people. And they're very closely connected. Now, I'm not saying that Sean had anything to do with Bean's death. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the same people that Bean was in business with is the same people that Sean was in business with. And if you think they ain't never interacted with each other due to these mutual relations, something wrong with you. Now, I don't know if Kobe ever been to a Puffy party, a freak off, and I don't know that. Right? But when I'm having these type of conversations, man, certain people's name gonna get brought up due to the relation they have to each other mutually. Right? Now put an 11 in the chat. Put an 11 in the comment section. Who's watched the documentary? Right? Who's seen it? Right? Who watched it? Put a number 11 in the chat if you've seen it. Now, you already know how Netflix gets down, especially for copyright purposes. I'm not going to be able to. Well, hold on. I think they got it on YouTube. We might be able to show some of the scenes, man. You know, they be bullshitting with that. They be bullshitting with that copyright stuff. Okay, we got my baby Sheila, my people. We got Sheila Eubanks tapping in on Facebook. She said she's seen it. Right? Man, I don't even want to, man. Listen, man, I don't even want to take no chances, man. You know, YouTube been on that BS lately, man. Sitting up there flagging people's pages and stuff. I ain't, you know, if y'all seen it, we ain't gotta, you know. She said she about to watch it again, right? And I'm not going to lie, man. Production-wise, it is a dope-ass docuseries. It kind of brings to light in full circle, just like when you do watch it, you like, oh, okay. You like, oh, okay. That explains a lot, right? Now, whenever we talking about an individual, right, or whatever, we always got to go back to the foundation, the roots. We got to go back to the beginning, which means we got to go to the childhood. And I like how 50 put that together. what should I say? I like how the people who directed that put that together. Mind you, man, 50 is the executive producer. He didn't direct it. He didn't put together no. He just paid for it and made sure everybody who was directing and all that got paid. He executive produced it. I don't think a lot of y'all understand the role of an executive producer when it comes to movies. The executive producer is the one who puts the money and make sure everybody gets paid who's supposed to get paid. They have no control over the direction of the movie. They have no control over how it's formatted, the perspective is being dealt from. They have no input or no say so or over how, as far as like what they want people to get from out of this, right? They just putting their money in, and they done had the meetings. They done seen the they done seen they done seen all the rankings and projections and all of that. And the executive producer said, you know what? I'm willing to invest my money in that. Y'all go ahead, take care of it. This is my cut. I want my cut. Y'all take y'all cut. Make sure everybody get paid, and we good to go. That's what an executive producer does. Executive producer don't even have no influence or say so on how the movie is getting made. They just pay for it. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what directors is for. That's what, you understand what I'm saying? Screenwriters and all that stuff, they take care of all of that stuff, man. You know, a person who executive producer, I'm just the guy that, I'm like the silent partner. I'm like the dude that just funds everything, right? Y'all got everything figured out. I don't need to have a say so because y'all got all of that stuff handled already. I'm just paying for it, right? And I'm already guaranteed to get this off of this. I'm gonna invest this, make sure everybody get paid, and after that, I get mine back plus this. I don't give a damn how y'all direct them. I don't care what y'all do with that footage, how y'all make it sing. And I want y'all to also know this, man, and I'm speaking from experience because I am a graduate of the Columbus location of the Ohio Media School, where I have a bachelor's degree in radio, television, broadcasting, and film emphasis, right? Let me tell y'all something, man. Footage can be taken of you. And with the level of technology, right, that we have at our fingertips now, especially with AI, I could take some footage of one of y'all. I could make you look like the greatest human alive. I could edit it and format it, especially using AI to make it seem like you just was the prodigal son. Or I could take that exact same footage and I could tweak it and I could maneuver it and I could manipulate it and make you look like the worst human that ever lived. I want y'all to understand that. With that being said, the reason why 50, which I think is a very lucrative business move, like I said, two things can be true, right? 50 simply did what Puff was not able to do. And when y'all get into these federal situations by the crimes you commit or get accused of committing, they do asset stripping. They started this stuff back in the late 70s, early 80s with the drug, and all the dudes in the dope gang back in the day, where they would do asset stripping, right? That's what they do, and they apply them same tactics to the rap gang through the hip hop police. This is why they connected the two. Because a lot of guys who in the music industry, not just artists, started out in the streets as some level of criminal, right? Look at OG Juan over there, Rock Nation, right? David, what's up, baby? Sheila Eubanks said 50 is taking a, what I say? 50 is taking a lot of heat, right, behind the movie. I'm not sure of their history. Yeah, I mean, he's taking a lot of heat, but 50 don't care, man. 50 studies the art of war. 50 studies 48 laws of power. Crush your enemies entirely. Nigga, I'm not saying that it's right in the aspect that it's right. I'm not saying that it's not wrong in this aspect that it is. What I'm saying is 50 has the mind frame of crush your enemies entirely, right? You can say it's petty or whatever, and to some degree it is, right? But we got to go back to the roots, the foundations of this story, right? This guy, John Combs, right? It started off in his childhood, man, as it always does. Sadly enough, right? Sadly to say, most of us who have been sexualized when we were children, sad to say that it probably was our parents or somebody close to us who did said sexualization. Now, whether it was indirectly or directly, it's kind of irrelevant, right? Right? Well, Davia said 50 is a beast. 50 off the chain, man. I'm telling you, 50 is a student of the art of war, the art of seduction, the 48 laws of power. He even got with Robert Greene and wrote the 50th law. He lives by this stuff, man. And he lives by the mind frame of crush your enemies completely, entirely. Right? Right? We got to go back to the roots, the foundation, right? We got to go back to the roots, the foundation. Monique Robinson, what's up with you, baby? Right? Now think about this, y'all. All my people on Facebook, all my people on Twitter, everybody tapping in on YouTube, right? Monique say industry industry gave a lunatic power, and this is what happened. Yeah, this is what all of these people are insane. You have to be something mentally wrong with you to engage yourself and involve yourself with this atmosphere. It's very demonic. You would have to be sick in your mind to want to willingly engage with demonic behavior, demonic atmosphere, demonic environments. Because make no mistake, the music industry, like a lot of them, are orchestrated and ran by LSD himself. And if y'all don't know what LSD is, I ain't talking about like Serdius. No, I'm talking about Lucifer, Satan, the devil. Whatever the Most High creates in perfect balance and unison and order and love, the LSD have to create a counterfeit. Shout out the Gators. Right? The three manifestations of Yeshua HaMashiach, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the three manifestations of Lucifer, Satan, the devil. Lucifer, Satan, the devil. God created Lucifer. He didn't create devil and Satan. That's another topic for another day. Y'all ain't ready for that. Right? That's another topic for another day. Me and my dad will get back with y'all on that. But back to Sean. We got to go to the beginning, to the crux, to the roots, to the foundation. And ever since I was a child, right, I always had a real weird, mildly creepy feeling about the relationship this guy done had with his mama. And I know I'm not the only one. Right? I've always had a weird, very disturbingly and creepy feeling about the relationship that Puffy publicly had with his mother. The way he doted on her. It's kind of like the relationship between Norman Bates and his mother. Y'all seen Bates Motel, also on Netflix? Very similar dynamic, if you would, right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. My brother XL Pro, sit up there and throw that info up in there, man. Smash that like button, man. Bless that goddamn it super chat. Super thanks. Super gift. We monetized over here. Y'all see that $sign is? Put something in the collection plate, Jack. Right? Shout out to everybody tapping in, man. Put a number 11 in the chat if I'm bugging. Y'all who are my age, I'm 43. I'll be 44 in January. A lot of y'all are my age. We come from the same generation. We 90s kids, man. We the latchkey kids, man. Y'all remember watching MTV, BET when we was kids, man. Y'all remember watching the reality shows with the Making the Band and all of that, man. Even back in the day when things was first getting going and first started seeing that success, like right up until the relationship that Puffy got with his mother is very creepy, very weird, very Norman Bates and his mother type, very Oedipus complex energy having. You hear me? And when you watch the documentary, did y'all see the part? Basically, and it ain't hard to tell, all of this creepy, freaky, freak offs, where y'all wonder where he got the inspiration to have these types of parties. His mama. Yeah, Janice was a madam. Not only that, her husband at one point in time was known notorious Mount Vernon / Harlem gangster Melvin Combs. Used to run around with Nicky Barnes and Pat Mason and all them niggas back in the day, man. See, Puff always came from a life of privilege. But with privilege comes a lot of deviant behavior as well. Y'all know these people who be having family money, generational wealth, or people who are who have very successful careers in the streets in whatever way they did and have affluent lifestyles, man. You know, these people are deviants, right? Janice Combs used to be a madam. She used to preside over women on behalf of her husband, Melvin Combs, who was allegedly mysteriously bodied before Puff was born. Right? Or when Puff was too young to even really remember his pops for real. Janice used to have them parties. You know them parties that some of our parents used to have back in the day? Where we'd be sneaking downstairs, seeing what the grown folks is doing. Some of our parents would allow us to come down and engage into the festivities. Some of our parents would use us as entertainment for their guests. Y'all remember the movie, They Don't Dance, or the video, They Don't Dance No More, They Don't Dance? CeeLo put that on display in that video. Come on down here and do a show that dance, boy. How you think Michael Jackson and his brothers got on? Right? Janice was no different, or is no different. Let me excuse myself and let me apologize, because I don't want to speak on Miss Combs in the past tense because she's still alive. Right? Janice Combs is damn near the female equivalent of Joe Jackson. Imagine being raised by such a woman without no male influence. That's why Puffy is so feminine. See, this subject, this documentary hits on mad different subjects. It fires on massive different cylinders that we as a community need to start addressing. But a little bit deeper than that, it goes on to some other stuff that I'll be talking about. Y'all hear I said about Diageo and the people who Puff was involved with financially, right? But it always starts at home. It always starts at home. And in order to get to where we are now, understand why Sean is the sexual deviant that he is now, you got to go back to the beginning. And he learned all this shit from his mama. Like a lot of us learned this shit from our mamas. Right? That's why it's dangerous for a young boy to be being raised by only his mother. It's dangerous, right? Right? And hopefully while Puff is in prison, hopefully, you know, the Most High will touch his soul, touch his heart, his mind, and hopefully Puff turn his life around, man. Right? But I don't have no remorse for Puff. I don't feel sorry for Puff. Right? Because when you become a man, right? When you become a man, it's your duty, it's your obligation, right? As a man, to go get the help you need to address them traumatic experiences from your childhood, whether they be from your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your community, whoever, your priest, your pastor, your teacher, whoever. It's your responsibility as a man to go get the help you need so you can heal yourself and go onto that perpetual path of continuous healing forever from the trauma that you experience, whatever level of trauma that may be. It's your duty, it's your obligation as a man, as a woman, as an adult. So I don't blame Puff. I mean, I don't have no sorry feelings for Puff. He got millions of dollars, access to all type of doctors that can help him address the things. No, just like Eric Sermon said, Puff wasn't like, oh man, I'm tripping. I'm sitting here letting this stuff get to my head. I'm being scandalous. I'm taking people up top. I'm taking advantage of people. I'm abusing my power, my authority, my money. Let me fall back. Let me go get myself right with the Most High so I can get right on track. Nah, Puff is like, nah, how can I get away with this? How can I get away with this without spending any money and losing my credibility? How can I save face? Not, oh, I'm sorry for what I did. Let me make a plan to do better. Nah, fuck all that, man. What do I got to do to make it go away? And see, when you take on that mind frame, man, that's when you letting those demonic entities, you letting those demonic spirits reside and abide within you, man. Right? Not real shit, man, Monique. I do not feel sorry for this dude, man. He ain't no victim. You stop being a victim at the point when you become an adult and you realize the trauma you've been through and you don't go get the help that you're supposed to get. That's when, you know, you ain't gonna get no empathy from me, no sympathy from me. Out here taking advantage of people. Right? And like I said, two things can be true, man. Two things can be true, right? And like I said, Puff didn't pay. Listen how scandalous Puff is as a businessman. As much money as this dude has made over the past 20, 30 years, it's always him. And just like his homie said, it's all about him. That's why he's going through this all by himself. When you take on the role of being the boss, Big Meech, Papa Joe, you're going to take the fall the hardest. Right? And that's why Puff is going through this all alone. Because he didn't take care of nobody. He didn't look out for nobody. Right? All the people who rock with him, they rock with him based on what their limit of their relationship is financially and business-wise. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm pretty sure some people that rock with Puff that truly, genuinely care about him and love him, his mama, his kids, even his kids probably, you know, I mean, you know, shit be all looking good, man. You got to remember, man, the twins especially, their mom is no longer here. You think them little girls, whose side you think they taking, their mama or their daddies? It's way more to this. Jason Williams, thank you for tapping in. I don't recall ever seeing your name in my comment section, but welcome to the show. Oh, there's way more to this. We ain't going to never know about it, though. But, and this is what I always say to y'all when it comes to situations like this. We always have to go to the home, the household, the family, the mama, the daddy, the family dynamic to understand why people are the way they are. You gotta, like I say, don't follow the money, follow the bloodline that'll lead you to the money, right? Because I used to always tell y'all, follow the money, which is true to an extent. When we start getting into this other realm, you gotta start following these bloodlines. Puffy tapped into the bloodlines, right? Y'all know the people he was doing business with? The type of people that can make stuff go away. The type of people that can get Sean 10 years in prison when he wasn't the only one shooting in the club that night. Huh? Yeah, man. Always go to the source, which is the household, right? Right? This is Puff Daddy's pops, man. Yeah, he looked like his pops a little bit. Look at Janice, right? Puff's pops, Melvin Combs, was a known drug dealer gangster from Mount Vernon that ran in circles the likes of Frank Lucas and Nicky Barnes, Pappy Mason. Huh? Yeah. Right? Puff was a YG when his daddy got bodied. Y'all go do y'all research on Melvin Combs. Right? So Puff been around this affluent lifestyle all his life. This is where the deviancy came from. This is where the degeneracy came from. Right? His father was a gangster, drug dealer. Mom's a madam. And from what else I heard too, Melvin was a bit of a pimp too. Right? Where y'all think Sean got all the inspiration from throwing them elaborate parties? His mama used to do that shit, man. His mama used to do that shit, man. He's seen it firsthand. He know how to entertain. And we talking about the 70s, Jack. We talking about the mid 70s, late 70s, early 80s. We talking about when cocaine was at its height in America. We talking about these dudes were millionaires, man. Frank Lucas was a multi-millionaire. Nicky Barnes was a multi-millionaire. Pappy Mason, millionaires. Right? These guys was getting to the bag in a major way. Right? Yeah, they did. So we got to always go back to the parents. Right? So when you think about that scene, that introduction scene to Menace to Society. When Tack came home from the joint, they had a big ass party from him. You know, they're out there playing spades, dominoes. They got the YGs out there drinking liquor, smoking weed, snorting coke. right? Shooting up boy in the kitchen. Damn girl, he said, damn, Tad, your girl looking kind of tired. You know what I'm talking about? That's the type of stuff that not only Puff was exposed to, a lot of us was exposed to that shit, man. I know I was. So this it has the ability to manifest in different ways, man. Right? So this is where the sexual deviancy comes from. Now, as far as the fun boy stuff, you know, I ain't really gonna speak on that too much, right? But I don't feel sorry for Puff. I'm actually kind of glad that Puff is serving the time. That means they ain't gonna just straight off his ass, right? Possibly, more than likely not. But it also means that Puff cut a deal, right? So Puff ain't gonna talk about certain stuff. I'm pretty sure, like I said, he had that blowdown meeting, pause. Somebody pulled tight on Puff, man. And they normally almost always going to do it when you locked up. Because when you locked up, nobody can save you. See, when you out here on the streets, man, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of maneuver a little bit. When you locked up in that who's gal, oh, they got you. Right? Tory Lanez can tell you all about that. Right? So the fact that ain't nothing happened to Puff while he's been locked up the whole time up until now, that let me know that Puff, somebody came and talked to Puff, man. And Puff decided that he's going to play ball again. And in exchange for him not being offed, right, I'm going to play ball. But in exchange for all of that, we got to annihilate you, bro. And this is what happens when you deal with these people, man. You're not going to come out unscathed unless you play ball. Unless you play ball, man. At some point, and Kanye could attest to this, at some point, some sacrifices is going to have to be made. Huh? And I'm going to leave it at that. So I like how in the documentary, I like how they started with that, because you got to go to the childhood. You got to go to the beginning, to the roots. You have to go there to understand why a person alive today in their adult years conducts themselves in the way they do. Our childhood and how we were brought up and how we were developed within our household is a major influence on how we conduct ourselves when we become adults. Most of the habits we have as adults were something that we gained and garnered out of the disorientation, the trauma, the dysfunction of our family setting, or the success of it. Right? Nasty work, as y'all say nowadays, man. Right? Now, the other part of this that was very, and you know, and like I say, man, you know, outside of there being black and white evidence, this is what I always say to y'all too. Just because there ain't no paperwork on something, don't mean that a person didn't snitch, didn't cooperate, didn't do some foul stuff. You know? Like I say, two things can be true at the same time. You know? But as you get into the end of the first one, they start getting into the whole East Coast, West Coast beef. They get into how Big and Pac was actually cool with each other. Pac, we all know this stuff, man. Let me tell you what we don't know, though, right? What y'all know about a meeting that was had at Jimmy Iovine's home back in like 92, 93? Huh? What y'all know about that? Y'all heard about that? Y'all heard about that? Y'all heard about that? I don't think a lot of y'all really have a full understanding. Matter of fact, I know y'all don't. I don't think y'all have a full understanding, right, of what actually is going on and who actually runs the music industry, right? You know about it, Monique? You heard about it? Yeah, they're all the same people, man. Monique said, I know a little bit about it, that meeting to destroy our music. Yeah, they had a meeting at Jimmy Iovine's house, 1992, summer of 92, right? All the big record execs were there. Lear Cohen, Kevin Lyles, Russell Simmons, right? The other white guy from Def Jam that started Def Jam with Russell Simmons, Rick Rubin, Jimmy Iovine, Tommy Mottola, right? Huh? All these guys from Columbia, Sony, Priority, Atlantic, Columbia, RCA. All these guys met at Jimmy Iovine's house, right? And they had this meeting, right? And at the this meeting was Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Tupac, Biggie, Puff. Yeah, man, Snoop was there. Suge wasn't there, though. And at this meeting is where they were hitting, that was where they laid out this plan. And this plan was to foment a so-called war between the East Coast and the West Coast. And the big marketing execs was there. All the marketing companies were there. All the advertisement companies were there. The big record label execs were there. And they wanted to use this as a marketing scheme to not only push records and make tons of money, but to destroy, right? To destroy specifically inner city Black communities. This is around the same time, right, when the drug war was coming to its ending, but yet apex. Right? Everybody was cool with it, except for Pac and Big. And everybody who was cool with it got to put to the test. Sacrifices were made. Y'all remember what happened with Snoop when he caught his first case? Y'all remember what happened with Dre when he got caught up with the broad? D Barnes. Remember all that stuff from back in the day with Russell, man? And this is what I say, we tend to forget these things because as time passes, we forget stuff. None of this stuff is a secret, man. This stuff being talked about, we just forget. Oh, yeah. Busy and them with Bone was there too. Not all of Bone. It was Crazy Bone and his older brother. And I did a whole show talking about that, right? Right? Yeah. They was going to use this East Coast, West Coast war to create situations where young inner city Black youth would listen to this music, be influenced by it. They would see the imagery of East Coast rappers beefing with West Coast rappers, which would cause a nationwide beef and cause them to fill up the prisons. It was all, members of the Corrections Association of America were there. To my knowledge, Jimmy Buffett was there. Larry Fink was there at that meeting. Y'all know who Larry Fink is? It was a big marketing scheme to get us to go to prison and fill up the prisons, therefore powering the machine of the prison industrial complex. Big said he wasn't with that. Pac definitely wasn't with that. Y'all see what time Pac was on. Like I said, y'all, things can be made to look a certain way. How did Biggie and Pac go from being best of friends, Pac taking him on the road with him, having him open up for him, advocate for him, to now they enemies with each other? Right? Who was it that popped big that night in the elevator? How so many people were there, but they were not involved, but it was made to look like they were involved? Right? Pac, and I say unfortunately for Pac, because Pac ended up losing his life behind this. Unfortunately for Pac, right? Unfortunately for Pac, he became collateral damage. See, the real target was Big. And I like how they put that in the movie because, like I said, and like Homeboy said, it's all about Puff. You know what I'm saying? Once Big got to seeing what was really going on, he ain't want to be a part of that shit. Once he got to seeing what was really going on and what he would have to do outside of what he already compromised, he wasn't with it. Biggie was okay with a lot of stuff, man. But he wasn't okay with having to sacrifice one of his peoples, though. He wasn't okay with that. He wasn't okay with intentionally creating music and a fake-ass beef with West Coast rappers just to feed the prison. He wasn't with that. Big wasn't with that. But he was collateral damage, or he was collateral damage, just like Pac was collateral damage on the opposite side. Yeah. Pac was compromised too. Pac was willing to go to a certain extent. Pac was okay. He was with the shit until he wasn't. By then, it was too late. Especially when they had that meeting and he's like, oh, nah, man, this nigga Pac was trying to be an activist. He was trying to be a politician. He was about to run for senator. Pac was about to get in his politician bag. And they could not have a guy like Pac and Biggie on the same side with the influence that these young men of 25 years young had in Black America. So they had to create a beef. So what that tell y'all about the Bloods and the Crips? Do you niggas really think y'all started the Bloods and the Crips? Do you think that Tukey and Raymond Washington was the two little ghetto ass? You think they started that stuff all on their own? Where they get the logistical training and skills to have massive amounts of young men on one accord like that? Organized, strategic. Where they learn that from? Oh, okay. Where they learn that from? See, everything we think we know, we don't know. Right? That's another topic for another day. Yeah, like Tupac was on his way from being a rapper to being an actor to being an activist politician. That's the trajectory he was on. He started the One Nation, right? He bought himself out of his contract with Suge, but he had love for Suge because Suge showed Pac true, genuine love and blessed him when he came home. But if you ask me, that was all part of this. That's just my opinion, though. I ain't got nothing to back that up. That's just my opinion, right? Suge is like the West Coast version of 50 Cent before 50 Cent even came along the scene, right? Now, as far as, now this is something else I want to bring up in the documentary. Now, see, this is something they didn't touch on when they spoke on this, when they got to speaking about, listen, rest in the essence to Kim Porter. Notice how Kim Porter never took Diddy's last name. She never married him. She was never his wife. Craig Harper, what's happening? Yeah, exactly, Craig Harper. Like most of us would, like I say, man, to an extent, you might be willing to do some compromising stuff, right? Now, not me, but some dudes will, and Pac was willing to do some compromising stuff, man. Pac took the pictures in the bathtub, naked with the jewelry all on his joint paws like that. Yeah. He was willing to do that. But see, that's the thing, y'all. And let's go back to what I said when thinking that you're going to destroy the machine from within by joining the machine. Nah, You can't sit up here and say, all right, I'm going to be cool with some of this stuff, but I'm doing it with the thought that I'm going to expose it and bring it. Nah, When you join up with LSD, it's a wrap. Not saying you can't be vindicated, because you can be, but what you have to do in order to be, most people ain't willing to do. That's another topic for another day, right? Yeah, so when Pac found out about the Fun Boy stuff, when Pac was getting pressed by Quincy Jones to let Quincy Jones crack his bussy, right? That's when Pac started turning into thug life. That's when Pac started to get on his Don Illuminati Machiavelli type ish. That's when he started exposing everything. And look what happened to Pac. They hit him up the 5. The first time was a warning. The first time was a warning, but instead of silencing Pac, instead of hoeing Pac, instead of scaring Pac to death, no, that angered Pac. Made him upset even more. He talked to Mumia. He talked to Geronimo. Do you hear what I'm saying? And they reinvigorated that warrior spirit inside of Pac. And he said, well, F it, man. If I'm going to die, I might as well die, go out with a bang. It's just sad that Pac didn't get a chance to do what he was here to do, what he had planned and intended to do. It's just sad that they got him out of here before he was able to do it. I don't think Pac, by the time Pac realized what he was actually dealing with, who he was actually dealing with, it was too late. Yeah, Pac couldn't be controlled, right? Pac could be contained to an extent, but he could not be controlled. His family that he come from, right? His bloodline. He was already popping Quincy Jones's daughter, Khadida. Khadida fine as hell. Khadida is still fine to this day. Fine as hell. Right? You got to understand, man, Pac was 25. Big was 24, down near 25. All these guys were young men when they died, man, when they had this influence. right? Rest in the essence the Big, rest in the essence the Pop, rest in the essence the Black Rob, rest in the essence the Craig Mack, rest in the essence the Heavy D, right? Monique Robinson said, I live down the street from where Suge Knight underlined that guy at the Ice Cube movie shoot in CPT. Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. Now, when they got to talking about Kim, rest in the essence to Kim. Kim Porter, rest in the essence to Kim Porter. Because Kim Porter was a real woman, right? She understood the importance of keeping her family together, but at the same time, she didn't sit up there and just take everything, and up until she didn't. She was okay with it up until she wasn't. And I'm going to tell y'all where Kim went wrong at. Because y'all understand, Kim was a model before she got with Puff. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, but Kim Porter was one of the top models in the industry. Victoria's Secret, or should I say Elle Magazine, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal. I mean, come on, man. RBG was good. RBG said, what's up, Stats? That docu-50 put out is powerful. Well, it is. It puts a lot of things in perspective. But when they got to the part when they was discussing Kim, Kim was a gangster, man. Right? Kim, and this is why this is why you as a man, this is why God created women to be our helpmeets, right? Kim, and this is what goes back to what I say, y'all not going to destroy the system by joining the system with the thoughts and the implication, or the with the thoughts or the, you know what I'm saying, of infiltrating the system, right, to bring the system down. That's not going to work, right? You feel me? And Kim was trying to help Puff, man. She was really trying to help Puff, and I think she kind of got through to him, right? But I think what happened was Puff got one of those calls, man, or somebody pulled tight on Puff. Like, listen, if you don't do this, then we're going to get you. You hear me? A couple years ago, I don't know if y'all remember this, right? A few years ago, during the pandemic of all times, Kim, with the help of Puff, right? And that's why I say, man, the internet is wild, B. It's wild, B. Kim was beautiful. Beautiful chocolate sister. I heard seen somebody say in a comment, beautiful chocolate sister. Beautiful. Right? My man Craig Harper said, very beautiful chocolate sister. Beautiful. Amazon totally removed this book from their website within 24 hours of Kim and Sean releasing this on Amazon. 2019, 2020, Kim and Sean co-wrote a book called The Adrenochrome Witch. Right? They sold it on Amazon, bro. I remember when it happened. Right? But what they did was they removed it from the internet. I tell y'all all the time, about the memory hole. I tell y'all all the time about the ministry of truth. That's why I tell y'all to read George Orwell, 1984. This is the ministry of truth in full effect. All right? And I'm not justifying anything, man, but Kim actually loved Puff, man. She loved that dude. But look how they got together. Look at the start of their relationship. She was with Albie Shore at first. Right? They wrote a book called The Adrenochrome Witch. It was the story detailing the adventures or the story of a young girl who was an aspiring actress and singer who was coming up in Hollywood, and she had discovered that the higher-ups in the music industry and the film industry were extracting adrenochrome from young children in order to keep them youthful and strong and virile. The young lady discovered that the music industry was ran by demonic entities and people who practice witchcraft, hence the term the adrenochrome witch. Marina Abramovich was used as inspiration for this character. Y'all know who Marina Abramovich is? See, when you tap in with me, we're going to get to the roots of this stuff, right? It's funny how they didn't bring this up in the documentary, though, because this made its round. How many of y'all remember this when it happened 2019, 2020, around the time when the pandemic was starting? How many of y'all remember that Puffy and Kim released this book as a short book on Amazon? It was called The Adrenochrome Witch. Amazon took it down in less than 24 hours. I know 2 people that got copies of it. Now, less than a month later, Kim mysteriously dies. So imagine how the twins feel. You think Kim didn't talk to her daughters? Let me tell you about something about the bond between mothers and daughters if it's not fully corrupted or destroyed. Because even in trauma, bonds can form. You think Kim Porter didn't discuss things with her twin daughters that look exactly like her to this day? Kim was a sacrifice. Big E, what's happening, man? A sacrifice. You already know, Big E. All right. Yeah. When they released that book, that's when all of this shit started. That's when all of this started, when they released that book. Right? Puff has been under investigation for at least 20 years, man. The hip hop police is real. Some of these dudes is even working. It's just funny to me that this wasn't mentioned in the documentary. Not at all. They spoke very vaguely and very briefly when it came to Kim Porter. They didn't mention nothing of this book that they put out together, which there's record of them doing it. I don't care what you see online. If you was to go online right now, you would see all type of debunking, fake little fact checking, all that. Man, that book came out. I seen it with my own 2 eyes on Amazon. I remember when it came out. Right? You get all these fact checking sites like right here. They done took all the images of it down, right? Y'all remember why they ain't talking about adrenochrome no more? Why they ain't talking about adrenochrome no more? Remember they was talking about adrenochrome a lot during the pandemic? My man Big E says it's crazy how when talking about some of my stuff is flag for. This is why I don't like TikTok, man. Allegedly. Right? Big E said it's crazy how when Wendy Williams put everyone up on game, they said she was crazy. Yeah. And y'all see what they started doing to Wendy. They started making Wendy look like she crazy. Right? Rest in the essence to Kim Porter. Right? And this is how you know they watching and listening, because as I'm going live on TikTok, this is why I don't rock with TikTok. This is exactly why I don't rock with TikTok. Fuck TikTok, man. All right? TikTok is the police. Just like the rest of these ones with other ones. Right? Fuck TikTok. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? As I'm sitting here talking about the Kim Porter part of this show, right? TikTok gonna say they gonna end my live stream because of false information. Yeah, Wendy Williams fell victim to this stuff, but Wendy Williams, she don't come. You're not going to come out unscathed. Sacrifices have to be made, and when you make it to a point and you ain't willing to keep up with the Joneses, you ain't willing to keep sacrificing, your ass is out of there. Big E said when those people that was on his Making the Band show said he was on that type of time, they said those people were crazy. Exactly. But listen though, listen how we help feed these egos. Every person on Making the Band, even when they were faced with very disrespectful, very, very disrespectful, disheartening, very nefarious, I mean, just diabolical, I'm talking about just the craziest stuff. They still did it though. And this fueled this fueled Puff. You know what I would have told Puff if he would have said, listen, y'all, have y'all been to New York before? Have y'all been to New York before? Yeah. Right? And that's why I say two things can be true. Right? All those people from Making the Band were willingly involved. They was with the shit. When Puff would have said to me, walk to Juniors from Harlem, they would have said that to me, man. I'd have been out there. 14 miles. Right? If Puff would have asked me if he would have said that to me, man, back in them days, the type of young guy I probably would have put hands on that dude. He definitely would have been a BAN for sure. And he would have had me all the way effed up. F this show, F this band, F all this stuff. Put me on a bus back to Columbus, Ohio. No way in hell would I have done that. If a person is willing to walk 14 miles to get this clown ass dude some cheesecake, what else would they be willing to do? And as a result, we see. And this is how they get people, man. Monique, you silly as hell. Monique said, I've never been to New York before, but I heard from New York nuggets. I know that's right. 14 miles. Look at this, y'all. You know, let's view this. let's look at this on the map. Man, I'd have told that dude Puff, man, fuck you, bro. Go get your own cheesecake. Nigga, what's wrong with you, man? Ain't nobody about to walk no 14 miles to get your sucker ass no cheesecake, nigga. That'd have been my last night on the show. That'd have been my last night on the show. Yeah. 14 miles each way. So that's like a 30-mile of excursion. You got to walk from Daddy's House Studio in Manhattan, basically Harlem, right? All the way to Junior's Cheesecake and I think Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Man, I'd have told that man, hey, I'm going to get it some other way. Total trip, man. The total trip is 28 miles. It's 13.9 miles from the borough of Harlem to the borough of Brooklyn. I'm not even talking exact location from where they are. I'm just talking about from borough to borough. To get I would say the downtown of Harlem would be 125th and Lenox. And the downtown of Brooklyn, I would say would be maybe Nostrand Ave. Maybe like Nostrand and Willoughby or Nostrand and Troost or something like that. Right? Monique say for walking 14 miles takes a couple days, Jack. A 30-mile cheesecake walk is absolutely not a cakewalk. Fortunately, at that time, RBG, though, I think it was wintertime outside of New York, so it was cold. And it get real cold in New York. They're by that water, man. It gets bone-chilling cold in New York in the wintertime. That'd have been my last day on the show. And Puff would have had me all the way twisted, man. Puff would have had me effed up, man. He would have been all type of BANs and sucker ANs and HONs, HANs, man. Right? Serious business, man. Y'all know we ain't playing no games, man. It be dumb cold. Y'all think it's cold in Columbus right now? Let's see what the temperature in New York City is. What is the temperature in New York City right now? Oh, it's warmer in New York than it is here. It's 39 degrees in New York right now. Spoke too soon, right? Rest in the essence to Kim Porter, man. Right? Yeah, man. It's cold out here in Columbus, man. It's 34 degrees in Columbus, man. Feel like it's 28 though. Right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. But I'm about to drop the link here in a second, man. I want to hear what some of y'all got to say, man. Right? I want to hear what some of y'all got to say. Right? See, I didn't even have to say her. Look, the unintelligent artificial intelligence brought her up. Marina Abramovich. Y'all know who this lady is? This is Marina Abramovich. Yeah, key lime pie is my shit too, Craig Harper, man. Love key lime pie. Them little key lime pies they sell at Dollar Tree, slap. RBG said, I could only hope a maker would give Kim a short rest and put her soul back on her next trip back to Earth, man. Her work can't be finished. Nah, that's what I'm saying, man. Kim Porter, love Puff, man. Right? And they put this book out together, and this was her last thing with Puff. Like, listen, Puff, man, if you don't help me put this book out, I'm going to put it out. Mars Lowell, what's happening, man? You silly as hell, my man. Yeah, man. Marina Abramovich. This is Beyonce's spiritual advisor. This is Jay-Z's spiritual advisor. She does spirit cooking with her very demonic so-called artistic exhibitions of straight spirit cooking. Spirit cooking is basically how I want to say it, the eating of other humans, the consumption of other humans. You already know, right? So I just found that very interesting that in that documentary, when they spoke on Kim Porter, they didn't bring this up. Of course, they didn't bring this up. Right? Make no mistake, man. Puff is a sexual deviant. Right? And he's merely a scapegoat, a fall guy. Because let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all something that they're not talking about. Let me tell y'all something that most of us ain't even discussing. Mars Low, I'm starting to think that you and Dan Patrick is the same person, man. But you know, whatever. I'm starting to think that you and Dan Patrick is the same person, man. Can't run game on me, man. I'm too versed, man. Anyway, yeah, that live stream last night was fire, man. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about how these chicks, you know what I'm saying, when all else fails with a real man, they get a pretend man. Right? But this is Marina Abramovich. She's the last existing member, right, to my knowledge anyway, of the Merovingian bloodline. You know, to my knowledge, Marina Abramovich is actually a guy, but you know, allegedly, right? See, this thing is this goes, like, man, it's way more to it than this. One thing that I've noticed after this whole situation with Puff, after he's been sentenced and all this stuff, one thing I've noticed that just went away into obscurity is the videotapes. Much like in the Epstein case, where are those videotapes at? Who's on those videotapes? I would like to know. Right? Wouldn't y'all like to know? Right? Maybe Puff got a hard drive somewhere with some very compromising footage on it, man. Maybe that's his bargaining chip that he got, the reason why they ain't off his ass. Maybe. Who knows? Right? Who knows what contingency plans Sean has in place right now? Nah, he didn't. I think he did, though. He did say something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Hey, man, Mars, bro. I'm just saying that's what has come across my desk, bro. Let me come up real quick again. Hey, that's what came across my desk more than 3 times. I'm going to tell you that. Do I believe it? It's a possibility. You know, I'm not going to throw it out of my scope of believability, but, you know, it is what it is, man. One thing y'all always got to remember is that Lucifer, Satan, the devil, is the first transformer. He's the first transgender. He's the first pirate. He's the first transgressor, the first, you know, he's the first liar. He's the first lawyer. Huh? Y'all got to understand that, man. He's the first chameleon. And Marina Abramovich claims to be the last existing surviving member of the Merovingian bloodline. And if you do your research on who the Merovingians was, they were demons. Literally. So it's not so much as I think she's a transformer. I just don't disregard. Right, I don't disregard the possibility of that being true, if that makes any sense. Oh, man. You understand what I'm saying, Mars Lowell? And being that Maria Abramovich absolutely serves LSD, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, it's not out of my scope of believability when the information come across my desk that Marina Abramovich is in fact a man, allegedly. Put her in the same, or let me correct that. Put this person in the same category as Michael Michelle Obama Robinson, allegedly. I'm about to drop the link for y'all, man. I want y'all to come on up, because I know a lot of y'all done sit up there and seen this, watched it twice, maybe even 3 times. Right? I was literally watching it before I started the show. There's the link. Y'all can come up, spit your game, talk your ish. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. Maybe y'all can speak on something from a perspective and aspect I can't. Bring something new. Ask me a question. You know? You did. Right? let's just be clear over here at A Real Talk Podcast, man. Not making no excuses for Puff. Not making no excuses for 50. Because like I said, two things can be true. Right? I say that to say, right? Although I could agree to an extent with people saying, you know, 50 is a sucker for doing the movie and funding the whatever. And to an extent, that could be true. But I also understand war. I understand strategy. I understand business. And from that aspect, this was a strategic chess move. What better way to completely annihilate and destroy your enemy and also make a hell of a bag off of it without being directly involved in the trajectory of the story? You're just funding what people already got planned to do. Just like on Puff's end, I can sympathize. I can empathize with Puff on being sexually violated as a young man. I can empathize and sympathize with Puff on being around very tumultuous, traumatic environments, exposed to things at a young age that you absolutely should not have been exposed to. I can familiarize with him on that, right? But at the same time, what I don't rock with is the fact that at a point when you become a man and you don't get the proper healing from this stuff, you in fact use this as a way to fuel your very nefarious, very demonic lifestyle, then no empathy for you. Because like I always tell y'all, you don't have a demon because of what you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do. Right? Yeah, it's coming to an end. Go check it out, Craig Harper, man. Hey, listen, and I mean this, man. It's actually a very well put together. It's one of the best docuseries I've ever seen in my life. Now, mind y'all, all the footage y'all see of Puff going to court, walking around, that is footage that Puff paid people to follow him around and get. So this is why I say the part about y'all saying that 50 is scandalous. No, these people shopped this to 50. 50 just was the highest bidder. It wasn't like 50 got all this footage and somehow acquired it in a nefarious, illegal way. No, Puff didn't pay these people as promised because he thinking he was going to beat the case. He was going to use the money from he was already scamming and scheming. Instead of outright paying these people to film to where he would have had some type of creative control over the release of it in the event that he do not beat the case, he went on a contingency plan. Okay, y'all can follow me around for this amount of time up until I get sentenced, right? Or they read the verdict or the sentence, whatever, right? And upon me beating my case, I got this deal with Netflix. We're going to sell the footage to them, and then I'm going to pay y'all then. See, he was thinking that he was going to get out. He really thought he was going to beat his case. He really thought this. Babylon is falling with Craig Harper. He said, 50's so emotional, nigga, for real. The doc don't take away what Diddy did with his baby mom. Nah, it don't. Like, it definitely don't. 50 Cent is trying to become the number one guy in the music industry. There's one more individual he has to worry about is Nas. And let me tell y'all, and let me just say this about 50, right? I know a lot of y'all are fans of 50 Cent, right? I'm not. Because I'm a very, very critical thinking guy. Like 50, because we ain't going front. 50 is from the turf. 50 come from where a lot of us come from. He from Jamaica, Queens, man. He was in them streets, man. Right? But 50 is compromised. If you think 50 is at the level of success he is at in film, entertainment, music, and business, a ghetto-ass, dope-selling ass nigga who come from the exact same environment that Puff came from, literally the exact same environment, sexualized at a young age. I was confused looking at my mama kissing a girl. He put that in his raps. He was confused. This is why I say to y'all, this documentary touches on many aspects. It is dangerous for a young boy to be being raised by his mother alone. It is dangerous. You should, Craig Harper. It's good, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's dope. It's one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time. But 50 come from the same environment as Puff, basically. His mom was running around with the Supreme team. She was a dope dealer. She was bisexual. Had 50 around all type of women and men, man. They called that little nigga boo-boo when he was a kid, man. If y'all think 50 is at where he at and he ain't did nothing compromising, something wrong with y'all. Now, the question you got to be asking yourself is, why is 50 seemingly being prepared to be the new it guy in hip-hop? Right? $50 ain't got me fooled. 50 ain't got me fooled at all, Jack. I know you done did some shit, 50, man. I know you done did some freaky shit, man. It's degrees and levels of initiation in this business, in this industry. And if you are not willing to participate, if you are not willing to sacrifice, man, you only go so far. So to y'all to sit here and think that 50 is a real nigga, you blah, 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 and y'all think he ain't did nothing along the lines of what Puff is under fire for, something wrong with y'all. Nobody is bigger than the program. They will take their own out. They ain't got no problem with getting rid of us or anybody else. Right? Did I drop the link, man? Yeah, the link is in the chat, man. Anybody want to come up, man? You know, you can come on up here, man. Spit your game, talk your ish. Add to the conversation, ask me a question, bring something to our awareness that we didn't bring up during this conversation. Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all have watched the documentary. Put a number 11 in the chat if y'all have seen the documentary. Do y'all think that 50 is a sucker for executive producing it? Do y'all think that justice was served on Puffy? Do y'all think Puffy got his just due? Do y'all think his sentence was fair? Do y'all think there were things that were touched on that you never heard before? Allegedly died from pneumonia. Talking about Kim Porter. My man Mars Lowell said that 50 is a sucker opportunist. Craig Harper said, yeah, 50 been compromised like Terry Crews was swole out. Yeah, man. It be killing me, Craig Harper, man. Like people be like, y'all think so Puff is compromised. Huh? But 50 ain't. But Jay-Z ain't. Don't allow your favorite artist, right? Don't allow your affinity you have for them for whatever reason you do to block you from the actuality of the situation. All these people are all involved with the same people. To think that 50 Cent has not engaged and participated in some of the things that Puff is now being lambasted for is absolutely asinine. It's just not 50's turn yet. You want to know why? Because 50's playing ball. 50 is playing ball. And it's going to come a time where 50's going to have to make a sacrifice. Just like everybody is going to have to eventually when you get to a certain level. $50, as successful as he is, he ain't at billionaire status yet. Right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share on your social engineering. Rest in the essence to everybody who lost their life as a result of being involved with the likes of Sean Puff Daddy Combs, man. The list is long, Puff. The list is long.
Prove once and for all that all these people talking about an East Coast, West Coast war, they like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. We here to bring money and to bring change. They here to cause confusion. All these weak rappers, Nas, all these suckers, they battling off of East and West like this is a game. This ain't no game. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago because we've been beat these. It's not a game. We out here trying to help our people make money. We trying to get out of this 3-strike circle they got us in and start getting our papers on. So that's what we doing. By strength and numbers, we coming to the East Coast to prove there is no fear, there is no problem, there ain't nothing but opportunity. And the opportunity is overthrow the government y'all got right now, which is Bad Boy and Nas and all that bullshit, and we will bring a new government here that will feed every person in New York.
Why keep throwing Nas in there? Y'all know Nas just closed the deal. I just did a pre-recorded on it on closing, opening that casino. Nas is the global ambassador of the Hennessy brand and family. Nas is involved with a lot of stuff, y'all. I love my brother Nasir, man. I love Nas's music, man. I'm about to bring you up, Big E. I love Nas's music, man. He's one of my favorite artists. But to me, so 50's involved, Puff's involved, Jay is involved, everybody else involved, but Nas ain't involved. And he does business with the Hennessy family. Y'all know who the Hennessy family is? Out of France and Luxembourg. If I'm not mistaken, the Hennessy family is a offshoot bloodline of the Merovingian bloodline that Marina Abramovich is connected to. Nas ain't unscathed. You think they let niggas get casinos? Biggie, what's happening, man?
What it do, Virg? What's good, y'all?
You know, chopping it and popping it about this, man. You know, I had to do a show on this, man.
Yeah, but you know, I'm kind of okay. I'm not hating on Nas, but bro, black people, we didn't need a casino, and we don't need people to keep endorsing this alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, the more people say, I mean, just really trip. People say, oh, black man this, black man that. You know, YN this, YN that. But then you got people like Nas, who's one of the greatest to ever rap, this, that, and the third. Bro, a casino is gambling. You get what I'm saying? Drinking, bro, we don't need no more of us to be hooked on alcohol. Alcohol is a big problem of what's happening. But then when you see, you know, these icons that's still endorsing this shit. See, Kwame Brown said something a while back. Why is he not putting this towards teaching kids how to code? Like, we need schools.
You do got
We
that.
need institutions that teach us financial literacy.
Hey, Big E though, I gotta interject though, because Nas is engaging in involvement with STEM and advocating for it, and he's a part. And I just found this out. Nas is a part with his connections with the Hennessy family to the Brain Gate. Now I done told y'all about Brain Gate, man.
Okay.
And he was all involved with Brain Gate, Epstein, Bezos, Cuban.
Because what I'm saying is, he could have kept that casino deal. Because I mean, come on, man. You don't think what's gonna come along with that casino? It's gonna be a bunch of other shit. That's the stuff that's gonna come along with it. But I mean, I'm just saying though, man. It's like, you know, I'm not mad at him for doing what he doing, man. But man, we've had so many people. Come on, man. We had Armadale, and they was endorsing Grey Goose, and you know, Snoop got his own alcohol, and it's like, man, the alcohol game it's like, dude, we don't need to be worrying about nothing else like that, bro. I mean, we got, you know, like I said, we need institutions. You know what I'm saying? We need schools. You know, we need stuff for our youth. You get what I'm saying? Like, we the only group of people, Verge, that seem like we ain't got no hustle. Like, you see how them Somalis was out there just getting the government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, bro, when it come to us, it seemed like, man, like all we got is each other, man. And it just seemed like, you know, it's been alcohol and gambling and all that shit around us for years, Verge. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, I just don't know if that was the way to go. Him individually, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't need to be endorsing no more alcohols, and like, we need to get away from that, bro. Like, that's kind of detrimental to us, to me.
I agree with you 1,000% on that. Like I said, when I first covered that story, and I did a pre-recorded on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, because I mentioned that when I did. I said, you know, it's cool, you know, business and all, establishing black-owned casino, not really black-owned, really, for real, not really, but, you know, the fallacy of it. I said, you know, it's cool and all for the, you know, on the surface for our business and all that, but when we think about, you know what I'm saying, what Nas could really be doing and, you know, focusing on, I mean, he's involved with, but what he could be focusing on is creating institutions in the STEM organizations he's involved with, you know what I'm saying, or that he invests his money into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should focus on that, though. But like I say, Big E, and I'm going to come up for this, like I said earlier, and like I always been saying, all these niggas are compromised. You think Nas ain't compromised?
Yeah. Oh, I know he is. He done said some things in one of them songs. You know, I'm not the greatest Nas fan like that, but if you listen to enough of their music, they'll tell you what they did to get on top. You know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do is listen to their music. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about from Eminem, Nas, Jigga Man, all that shit.
Right.
And they not gonna just let no black man. Okay, for example, like with the Dodgers, do you remember them years back, Verge, when the Mexicans attacked them white boys out of there was some San Francisco Giants fans, and they was like, one of them was an ambulance driver and something else. Well, during that time, what a lot of people don't know is, well, they do know, but the Dodgers went and got Magic Johnson. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
They made Magic Johnson the face of the Dodgers because they was tired of them essays and was trying to get black faces back to these ball games.
Right.
We know Magic Johnson don't own no damn Dodgers. Come on, but you needed his face. You get what I'm saying? To get to attract people there. So it's the same thing.
A company like the Dodgers ain't shit, man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So why are you getting Nas to endorse your casino when the hood don't need no casinos? We got liquor stores in the hood. We don't need more liquor. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like it just don't seem like, and I guarantee you this is what else. See, don't none of the money from that casino, I bet it don't go to the hood. Like, take Inglewood. Hollywood Park is right there. Big ass casino right there, right next to SoFi Stadium. You think any of that money going into Inglewood? Because there's still a lot of black people that live in Inglewood. Ain't none of that money going into Inglewood.
No.
See what I'm saying? So a gambling spot, a gambling establishment, and alcohol, yeah, that might be good for the individual, but is that really good for black neighborhoods, bro? Like, is that really good? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, just to me, again, Nas was already accomplished without that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And again, for us as black people, I just feel like we need other shit instead of gambling and alcohol, bro. Like, you got dudes, you got grown men that barely even know how to read. Like, I just feel like sometimes our people with money prioritize the wrong things. You get what I'm saying? Now, again, if you can get in it and get you a bag, I understand 100%. But don't tell me that I'm supposed to give this nigga praise because he's endorsing gambling and alcohol, and those are considered degenerate. You get what I'm saying? Anytime people get too much alcohol in them, what happened? If you gamble enough, bro, people, you'll mess around, could lose your life gambling. You can go into debt gambling. You can lose your house, your car, your family. Those are, to me, those are degenerate things to me.
Very degenerate.
And then for you to put that where they're in the Bronx or in one of them boroughs, right?
Queens.
Bruh, do you think Queens needed a casino? What you think finna be going on around that casino? You know what I'm saying? What you think finna be happening around that casino?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, for me, congratulations to him, but that's not doing nothing for us as a whole. All that's gonna do is make somebody else more rich and keep their jails full.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We had enough rappers that was endorsing alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Man, it just seemed like a lot of these people, they want us to praise, like, dude, like how you was talking about Diddy earlier.
Right.
Niggas should have never been praising Diddy. This is what he been doing. You know what I'm saying? We look to the wrong people for guidance. Well, I ain't gonna say guidance, but we look up to the wrong people because they got money. What I noticed today, if you a person that got a lot of money, you don't have to have morals. Do you understand? Yeah, you don't have to have none because people will say, oh, well, he got money. What that got to do with? Oh, my God. I mean, you've heard people say this. Oh, well, he got money, though. What do that have to do with morals, morality? What do you have in money today? If you're not showing your future generations how to make that kind of money, what good are you really doing? You can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? When you get old enough or whatever, you're going to have to give that money to somebody. It's really not even your money. You just borrowing it for your time while you here.
But
so,
this is though, right here, though, big. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that if you're not teaching game to your, like, basically send the elevator back down and bring your people up, it just seemed like our people is too good. Like if you notice, I'm quite sure you even know people like this personally, Virg.
Right.
They might not have shit, but then as soon as they get up on something, now all of a sudden you broke. Now all of a sudden they looking down on you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, but bro, you supposed to send the elevator down. That's the difference between us and other groups. Mm-hmm. Like, really look at it. I'm quite sure there's some around. But do you see broke Koreans? Do you see broke Chinese? They make sure everybody is up. Even the small hats, they make sure all they people was up. We the only people that look down. We could be living in the same zip code. Oh, nigga, you broke. Nigga, you live around the corner from me. Nigga, what that make you? Nigga, we live in the same zip code. Nigga, by their standards, nigga, you broke. So I'm just saying, Virg, I think sometimes we prioritize the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to hold us accountable, but by just running your mouth, but ain't nobody really giving you no solutions. Like some solutions, you got to let the bad weed themselves out, Virg.
That's a fact.
Like all them niggas that's out here with them pistols and all that, bro, you might have to let a certain segment go ahead and off each other. Because if you ain't going to listen to no OG, you ain't going to listen to your mama, you ain't going to listen to nobody, well, life will teach you a harsh lesson.
Definitely will.
But go ahead. What was you finna say, Virg?
I was about to say, like, man, and when it comes to this stuff, like I said, we hold these people in high regard because of the things they did with the music, and we connect the music to times in our life because these guys been around 20, 30 years. But understand, and this is something that I had to come with to myself. I had to come to this realization, and not only realization, but the acceptance too, man. This industry is ran by the devil.
Yep, facts.
Let's just get that out the way. I don't care what your religion is. I don't have a religion. I don't care what your faith is, what you believe. One thing for sure, universally, the devil runs the entertainment industry and most all others on this planet. That's just a fact.
Facts. That's right? Facts.
We gotta just set that tone off top. So with that
entertainment, period.
That's why I say as a whole, not just entertainment, politics, academia, finance, business, education. That's another topic for another day, though, right? We're gonna focus. I say that to say though, Big E, in order to become successful in an industry that's basically ran and orchestrated, created, if you could say to some degree, not really though, formed, right? By Lucifer, Satan, the devil himself. What you think is going to take for you to become successful in such a paradigm?
Oh yeah, bro. You gotta. If you want to make it in that realm,
right there, Big E. You feel me?
Oh, facts, bro. But you see, look, man.
I'm putting up
it's enough evidence for everybody to see that realm is satanic. You get what I'm saying? I mean, all you got to do is go back and listen to certain artists. They tell, matter of fact, just look at some of their videos, Virg. Do you notice that sometimes, most of the time, the lyrics in the video don't look the same? You get what I'm saying? Like if you remember Beyonce with that Crazy in Love video, if you looked at the video and then listened to the music, the video didn't match the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you remember them a few years back when CeeLo Green and Nicki Minaj basically went up on stage and they performed a seance, had her floating in the air and everything else? They show you how satanic it is. They show you with their symbolism. They show you with the people that they hang around. And then after the money is gone is when they start telling you about the industry. But again, if you're not warning them up and coming artists, to me, you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't letting them know what they getting themselves into. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody fiending over that lifestyle, and that lifestyle, the one thing that they seem to leave out, Virg, when they leave the industry, most of them niggas be broke.
Mm-hmm.
They get money off something else, like since I said the locks, they get money off their juice bar, not really music that they already made. You heard Daz is out here going off about money that he still owed that he made 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you notice when they leave, Craig Mack, he passed away broke. Black Rob passed. Woe was one of the biggest singles of that summer. Right? Woe was killing it.
On that earlier, Big E, I would say everybody who dealt with Puff is either dead, in jail, or broke right now.
And we talking about Whoa and Flavor in Your Ear was two of the hottest singles at that time. And they passed away, bro, with nothing. So this is what I'm saying. The industry use you. They squeeze you all the way out like you at the end of the toothpaste, and then when you done, that's it. You don't get to keep no money. You don't get to keep your royalties. You don't get your masters. Don't you have to wait like 30 years to even get your masters? You know what I'm saying? So you can't even make money off your talent for 30 years. And most of them hope you're gonna die off, or they might even murk you. You know what I'm saying? Before you can even get that. So look, and then you got this picture of Beyonce right there. The symbolism is the symbolism is what it is. Ain't that a devil on her shirt or whatever that is?
On the left, we got her imitating and emulating the demon goddess from out of Akkadian, Babylonian, Assyrian, all that crazy stuff, demonology, Astarte right there.
See?
And then we got her here rocking the damn Baphomet goat thing on her goddamn breastplate.
See?
So, I mean,
And how long Beyonce been the top dog?
since about
Anytime anybody was threatening to surpass her, huh?
She's been the it girl for 20 years.
And if anybody threatened to surpass her, something seems to happen to them. That's what Jaguar Wright kind of implied what happened with Aaliyah and a few others. You know what I'm saying? They were saying that about Jay-Z. Jay-Z claims he's the greatest rapper ever, but the ones that they were saying is better than him is no longer here no more. That's why he say he the greatest rapper alive. I mean, this is just speculation, but you see what these people is into. You showing it right now.
This is Jay-Z and Marina Abramovich with her hair connected to his head. Man, do y'all understand how demonic this image right here is?
And who that other one, Virg? It's another witch-looking lady that they all hang with. I don't know her name.
Talk about old girl who's the wife of the designer, the dude who got that company, Chrome Hearts, man. What's his name, man? What's her name, man?
I can't think of that lady, but she's connected to everybody in the industry.
She connected with Marina Abramovich too.
That's what I'm saying. These are the people that they rub elbows with.
Oh, look at these people, man. All right. I know the lady you talking about. I can't think of her name no more.
Yeah, she really looked like a witch. Like, she really looked like a witch with the black fingernails and the hexagram shits and all that. I cannot think of that woman's name. Yeah, but she be at all functions, and she's connected with anybody entertainment, from Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, all of them, like all of them.
Yeah, man.
Look, Little Nas X should have showed everybody how satanic that realm is.
Yeah.
He went from "Can't Nobody Tell Me Nothing" to twerking on the devil's nuts.
Oh, come on, man. And I know it may seem like we're going on a tangent, but when you think about when we talk about concerning Puff, this is how far this web extends. You feel me? This is how far it goes. You can talk about Puff and his situation, but he's connected to a lot of these same people that we talking about. And it also connected. It also shows you how this ain't just Puff. It's just Puff's turn right now.
Facts.
For whatever reason, it's Puff's turn, right? Jay-Z next, 50 next, Nas is next. This is not me wishing bad on these brothers. This is not me burning bread on these brothers. This is me basically telling you when you lay down with these people, this is what the end result is going to be. Kwame Brown already told y'all, no black man leaves out of this thing right here without an asterisk next to your name. If not worse.
Well, I look at it like this.
It's funny that they calling it the reckoning.
Yeah, well, they all should, bro. They all should be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean is they use their power and their influence against us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't use their power to further our communities.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They use their power and their influence to dog us out, like a Jerry Heller, Clive Davis and all them dudes. So, like you say, when they get in their reckoning, don't use your blackness now that you getting your reckoning. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, like we talked about the making the band. Them people genuinely was trying to make it and you was dogging them out. You was humiliating them. You know what I'm saying? Making them walk all over New York to get you some cheesecake and shit. You still didn't sign them. The Locks had to fight you for their money. Look at how Biggie Mama had to, get at you about his royalties. Like, y'all use y'all power and influence to screw your own people. Then when you get in trouble, you look to them same people who you done screwed. Look at have you heard what Benny Siegel said, how J&M did him?
Mm-hmm.
How they dogged them out, you know what I'm saying? When you heard all them artists that was under Disturbing the Peace, under Luda, they say Luda got them. You remember they said that the Saint Lunatics said that Nelly got them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you really look at the people that was with them, when you look, they got beef because they say they got screwed out of everything. You saw how Joe did Pun. You heard Pun's wife and Pun's son. You know what I'm saying? Once they get to wherever level that they feel they at, they use their influence and shit against us, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't just really think of all the artists, athletes, actors, entertainers we done had. It's nowhere in hell we supposed to be moving and don't have no wealth and supposed to be like economically stagnant. When they say LeBron is supposedly a billionaire, Jay-Z supposedly a billionaire, Dr. Dre, if not a billionaire, he was damn close to it. I mean, I'm saying, look at all the Snoop, Denzel, the Will Smiths, the Oprahs. But yet we still struggling, nigga, and we the one who fueling all of these goddamn industries. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, how you gonna have all these billions and you not helping out your people? Then as soon as you get in trouble, you reaching out to them same people. That shit is insane to me, bro. So when y'all get in trouble, don't come look to us now because when you was on, you wasn't looking to us like that. This y'all broke. I'm this, I'm that, I'm the top dog. Okay, well now you in jail, you just like everybody else now, nigga.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You just like everybody else.
Absolute fact, man. And as far as Puff goes, man, you know what I'm saying? He coming home soon. So, like, he'll be home before you know it. You know what I'm saying? And at some point he was like, okay, I'll bow down, man. You feel me? Because I'm pretty sure Puff, like I said, man, and when you making dealings with these people, man, you get so cocky and arrogant that you think that you on the same level playing field with these people, and you're not. Right? On so many levels, you're not. Right? And once you done sign contracts and stuff like that, you done made certain sacrifices and stuff like that, man, you're on deck at any given moment. Meaning as soon as you stop playing ball, they're coming for your ass, man. Now, you can redeem yourself with look like what Puff has done, but think about what has to be sacrificed in exchange for that. Public humiliation, career is over with. Still gonna be able to make some bread when he come home though. But see, y'all remember that last scene in The Devil's Advocate when he won the case and he thought everything was good and the dude turns back into Al Pacino? Y'all remember that part of the movie?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what we got going on with Puff right now. Because when he come home, Puff gonna be good.
Oh yeah, he good now.
Ain't destroyed. You want to know how many people is gonna want that story?
Bro, look, Puff still got everybody masters. Right? You ain't heard nobody say Puff had to sell. Ain't nobody even heard them say Puff was struggling financially.
Right.
Nobody said that. So he's good. See, people that have never been to jail, they don't know how jail works. Puff is good. Anybody run up on Puff, nigga, you mess around and get dealt with running up on Puff right now. Okay? That's number one. Number two, Puff ain't gonna just be around everybody.
Right.
He's too high profile. High profile inmates do not go in general population.
They do not. They do not. Don't look. And I'm glad you touched on that, Ricky. Let's be clear, y'all, man. One, not only is Puff not in general population due to his status, he definitely ain't like, oh, you don't put me in general. No, absolutely not. He's enjoying his he's enjoying his
he living like Goodfellas was, Virgil. You remember when them niggas was in jail eating steaks and cooking spaghettis and Puff living like that.
Yeah, he had 4 dicks, man. Trust me. Rest in the essence to my brother. My brother was locked up in 4 dicks.
Yeah. Right. You don't think the president, you don't think he in with the president?
Say what?
They don't think he in with the president? Nigga, I guarantee you he personally knows the president of the United States.
Yeah, like him and Donald Trump is cool, man. Y'all gotta remember back in the day, go look at it, go check at it, man. Go look, man. Donald was at parties.
That's what I'm saying. But the media
was a freak off, but he done went to some Diddy parties, though.
Man, that's what I'm saying. And they all know each other, probably than did any other business. But it's like, dude, again, don't let the media be telling y'all that when you are high. It was just like when OJ was in jail. OJ wasn't with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't go with everybody else when you working like that, nigga. You know how many people is probably in jail looking to be like security for Puff? Like, nigga, like, yeah, nigga, you touch Puff, nigga, I'll break you off in hopes that, you know what I'm saying, Puff will bless him. That's why you think dudes be having an entourage? A lot of them dudes is just there because it's like, no, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? They don't really, you know what I'm saying? That's what Suge's downfall was.
Right.
He had too many dudes like, I'm gonna just use Mob James. Oh yeah, I took Dr. Dre. Okay, see, dude, you can't carry a gun. You really not security.
Right.
If the people trying to get the person you protecting got guns, but you can't carry one because you a felon, what are you with me for?
What are you here for, bro?
You get what I'm saying? Like you just leeching, so to speak. So, but now that they in jail, you know how many people would like to get to even meet Puff? You know what I'm saying? And especially for look, Virg, this is what pissed me off with the media, and I'm not taking up for the nigga.
Right.
But for the way that they sensationalized that case and what he ended up getting convicted for is 2 totally different things, bruh.
Yeah. We're not excusing anything, man. Listen. Not excusing anything. It's like I gotta say this. It's like they made up a new federal charge just for this nigga.
Right.
Well, it's not even made up a new one, but shine light on something that they normally would just not even pay attention to in a Fed case, though. Especially
but look,
people who were willingly and wittingly involved. No one was forced to do anything. No one was coerced to do anything.
But see, this is what got me pissed. Now, you remember, during the trial, they were saying that he was graping. They were saying that he was drugging.
Right.
They were saying that he was trafficking. Right? These are the allegations. Okay. When the jury came back, okay, not guilty of all of that major shit,
Not
they convicted
all
him.
of that.
Right. They was telling you Puff was gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. Puff mess around and be home this time next year. From the time he walked, cause what they give you, what, 4 years, 5 years, something like that? You think that they gonna do that whole? You think he gonna do all that?
His out date is 2028, but he gonna get out before that.
Bruh, and Puff wasn't no felon. See, everybody keep failing to realize Puff had no record. He was not, you get what I'm saying? And he still got money.
Yeah.
He
Puff
still got money.
They did not break Puff. They did not get all his bread, clearly.
Clearly. Virgil, clearly. You don't think that nigga still got Bentleys, Rolls Royces? I think he probably still even got his private jets.
His kids ain't screaming nothing about financial nothing.
Nah, his kids ain't had to move. His kids ain't, so it's like,
he still got the mansions that the feds raided in Miami and LA. He still has them.
That's what I'm saying. So Puff gonna be good, but what I'm saying is the part that I don't like, again, without defending him, y'all slandered the man's name to only convict him for some BS. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't say, oh, man, Virgil did this 187. Virgil, man, he unalived these 2 people. Yeah, but we only gonna convict you for standing in front of the house where it happened at. Well, wait a minute. Didn't you say that he did this and he did that? But you only, if you trying to say he was so bad in doing this and that and the third, then why you didn't convict him for that? Like, same thing with Bill Cosby. Y'all was saying he was a rapist, but that's not what you convicted him for. But you slandered the man's name.
Got the whole world thinking he's
you know what I'm saying?
Violator.
If he, Fort Dix is one of them honored. I mean, but you know what, Craig?
Listen here, though, Biggie. Rest in the essence to my brother, K-Roman. My brother was in Fort Dix. Fort Dix is not even it's an FBOP. It's not an FCI. Fort Dix is an honor camp. It's on Fort Dixon Air Force Base in Fort Dixon, New Jersey.
Okay, so, but this is what I would tell people. For a dude that was a CEO and a music mogul, never really been in the streets like that, it's like, where do y'all think he supposed to go? Like, this nigga wasn't on no block.
Like a level 1, bro. Listen, they don't got no fence around that joint, I don't think, man.
Oh, well, see, there he really living large. You get what I'm saying? See,
he's down there with Sebastian Telfair, man.
Damn, no shit, Craig. It's like that.
Literally is in the same joint. What's the name? Probably about to send his ass down there too.
He probably, so look, Puff probably up in there getting conjugal visits and everything, huh?
Puff up in there eating steak, lobster, free world shrimp, like my man Pimp, like my man said on Bun B back in the day with that song with Bun B on in the studio out here eating free world steak and shrimp, eating good. I can't confirm or deny this, but it came across my desk that Puff for Thanksgiving put like a ban on everybody's books, and they had a big feast in that joint.
Yeah, so Puff, good look. Where he at, he good. Ain't nobody doing nothing. He did that to them. No, he good. Ain't nobody finna. I guarantee you the COs ain't gonna let you touch Puff. Or whatever, however they, or the MPs, whoever run they shit, they ain't finna do nothing to Puff. Puff good.
The only way Puff is going to get touched is if them people want him touched.
That's it.
Clearly, Puff is playing ball because we ain't heard nothing about the videotapes today.
Man, look, the story is almost gone pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But again,
like public eye, right?
Yeah, but you already slandered the man. See, when they was talking that freak off, my thing was this. If you are a grown man or a grown woman,
right,
and especially if you a man and you grown and you go up in there and you let Puff bust your back all the way out, you are a grown man. You get what I'm saying? Like, what am I going to say? So basically, all you saying is that the man is gay or alternative. Okay, well, in today's times, that's nothing unusual. So if you saying that, this person went to Diddy's house for a freak off and he happened to be gay or whatever, okay, well, okay. What do you care about that for? But then you remember they said, "Oh well, it was kids." Okay, bro, you didn't. Not one kid came forward. You didn't produce none of that. He wasn't convicted of none of that. So it's like, dude, why did y'all slander that man name all up like that just to convict him of some BS?
Right.
And they still was wondering why he ain't already out of jail when he got charged with what he got charged or what they convicted him for. You remember his lawyers got mad because they like, well, hold up, why you didn't give him time served and let him out of jail? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
For what you know what I'm saying? Man, come on, man. Yeah, exactly. Mars, is that Mars Low? Slow?
Well,
Mars Lowell, yeah. That's fact. All of them people that was talking that literally wish they was there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people, they can say what they want, but I've seen what dudes will do for money.
right.
You get what I'm saying? And when you around, if you can personally deal with somebody who got a lot of money, it ain't no telling what a lot of these dudes will do, or a lot of these people will, period. I mean, come on, Virg, you got people selling their ass on OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, dudes is out here, well, whatever I got to do to get the bag. Yeah, whatever. That's why dudes is no morals no more.
Right.
Everybody be hollering, you know, they have some kind of spiritual guide. Well, of course, for me, it's Yahweh, but nobody really has a moral compass anymore, bro, because people will do anything to get that bag now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got, I mean, just really look at it, man. Just and they like to put it on just us, but it ain't just us, bro. Look at they like to talk about our kids and how our kids be raised, but hell, haven't you seen white kids out there screaming at their mamas and daddies? And you know, do you remember Eric and Lyle Menendez?
Yeah.
Birds? What did they do to their parents? What color were they?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They don't never like to talk about, you know, those kind of stories. And them dudes been in jail for a long time.
Long time.
But they only talk about us. But if you really look at the whole world, you see what was going on in that Somali camp.
Mm-hmm.
You see that the Mexicans was trafficking kids as they was coming across them borders. You just see all these different groups got all kind of crap going on. The world has lost its mind. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that's running the world is demonic and satanic. If you really look at it, anything that's immoral is acceptable. Perfect example. The white girl that was calling an autistic 5-year-old boy the hard ER got rich off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you wanted to say
Oh,
she was ignorant, right. Now, if you want to say she ignorant and stupid, okay, that's cool. But the fact that so many of y'all made that woman a millionaire, behind that goes to show where your minds still are.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? Did you see the video, Verge? Like this was maybe last month. Like I guess it was some YNs that tried to break in this dude's house. He ended up murking one of them.
Yeah.
And the old girl tried to sue him, talking about you. Okay, Virgil, somebody right now, you on live right now. Right. But if you heard somebody trying to kick in your front door, Virgil, you finna go ask questions or you finna let it rain real quick and then ask them questions?
Question, man. Come up with this motherfucker if you want to.
You understand what I'm saying? Now tell me where that got to do with racism. You get what I'm saying? Like that has nothing to do with racism. That's a man protecting his property.
Right.
That's a man protecting his family. But the fact that this young dude, like I don't even know if dude was even in his 20s yet. But the fact that you felt that you can go kick in somebody's door and then your mama is sitting up wanting to sue that man because your son threatened to kick in anybody in your Verge, anybody else, anybody you know, if somebody is trying to break into your house,
Yeah.
nobody is going to hesitate and put you down if I got to first.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know you supposed to understand that is you get what I'm saying? Even if that was your son, but you gotta put yourself in those other people's shoes.
Right.
Like they don't know yours. Oh, that's her son, so try not to kill him. Just let him in our house and let him take our stuff and terrorize us.
Wild stuff,
Possibly unalive one of us, Virg.
right.
You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this the age we living in. The mama felt like she had grounds to even bring about a case on somebody that felt threatened by your people. Right? Sexy Red had lip gloss called gonorrhea and what the hell was it? She had gonorrhea, booty hole brown, some like she had these degenerate
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, dude, are y'all and y'all are buying this? I mean, Verge, are you finna buy anything that they say? What color is it? Oh, it's booty hole brown. Oh, I'm good. I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody finna buy no gonorrhea chapstick, but she got a whole lip gloss with this crap on here, man. It's crazy. Did you see that, Verge? Is it out yet?
Yeah, she got all type of crazy named lip gloss common, gonorrhea, booty hole brown, coochie peach,
Yeah.
all that crazy stuff, man. There's little girls out there wearing that bullshit. I wish my daughter would have some damn chapstick called booty hole brown.
But the fact that that can be marketed to a demographic is insane in itself. Did you see the video of the little girls that was at a preschool or wherever they was at and they was twerking already? They couldn't have been no more than about 5. They knew all the Sexy Red lyrics already.
Yeah, man.
This is evidence that we are literally in a living hell, bruh. Like we've never left because we still. This how you know you never left. The police could still off you, and it's still the same thing like it was 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though it's been changed like a little bit, but look at every election cycle. What do everybody say? Criminal reform. I mean, it's the same stuff, like nobody seems to know how to break the mold. I mean, I do, at least in my opinion. But as far as the whole, the masses, you get what I'm saying? It's like the masses is not gonna get it, bro.
Right.
You gotta kind of save yourself because that's why I don't like these content creators and all. Let me tell you, we gotta hold black people accountable. Okay. Verge, can you go next door? Let's just say if you had a neighbor and you always heard him and his wife fussing, would you even feel comfortable going to knock on his door and tell that, hey man, you need to stop it? You know what I'm saying? Like you need to stop yelling at your wife, nigga. And Verge, if somebody came to your door and told you that, what you finna say? Keep it a buck.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
I mean, so how do you, when you say you holding people accountable, see, to me, that's just a way for you to just keep disrespecting black people because we are all grown. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Verge, ain't nobody out. I mean, no, we ain't all super rich, but Verge, are you starving? Did you miss any meals? Is your bills paid?
Definitely.
All you good, right? I mean, of course, we could all do better.
You doing better for sure.
But right now you good, right? Your belly full, right? You got food in your cabinets, right? Your car got gas in it, right? You know what I'm saying? You making music, right? You working out, you got your health, right?
I'm good.
Nope. Your kids good, right?
Yeah, good to go.
Okay. You understand? So what is somebody finna come hold you accountable for? Black people need to do better. What more can a motherfucker ask of you right now? Like, What you currently doing right now? You good? Your kids good? You know what I'm saying? Your bills is paid. You ain't out. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, what can a motherfucker come tell you? Like, oh, Virg, you out here fucking up. Well, okay, explain to me what I'm doing wrong. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you know, don't compare don't put me in the category as these YNs. You get what I'm saying? Because you going to the bottom of the barrel. But when you go to any black person that has some age on them, you know, I ain't even saying they got to even be as old as me, but I'm just saying that if, you know, black people in their 30s, mid 30s, 40s, black people are actually doing okay, Virg. You get what I'm saying?
For the most part, yeah, we could definitely all be doing better though, but we ain't down bad for the most of us. I mean, it's a nice amount of us that's down bad, but it's more of us that's not down bad than is.
Right, but the people you know don't most of the people you know, don't they have jobs, cars?
Yeah, cars, homes, family, yeah.
Right? Most of the people you know, right? Okay, we ain't talking about everybody, because like you say, you know, there's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be, you know, life is, you know, people have bad luck. That happens. But for the most part, black people are doing okay out here. And so when you hear people saying that, nah, man, we got to hold these people accountable. Nah, man, see, what I don't like, you know, even with the girls, Virg, and you know, I don't really do the relationship shit, but a lot of them girls be young, Virg, and you gotta kind of let people, you gotta let them step off the porch. Like, people are gonna make bad decisions or the worst possible decisions. It's really not no good or bad. It's the worst possible decision and the best possible decision.
Right.
And you know, sometimes we could make the worst possible decision, but sometimes we might have had to do that because we had to get that lesson. Virg, how many times does it take? Like, people don't get it right off the top. It's almost like a baby, like how you tell that baby stay away from that stove, but once his ass get burned, he gonna understand. See what I'm saying? Like, you tell him stay away from the stove, stay away from the stove, stay. You could tell him all day till you blue in the face. The baby still gonna test your gangster. And then once that baby get burned and hollering and screaming, oh, okay, now I see what moms is talking about. Now baby get ready to stay all the way away from that stove. But sometimes it takes that. I mean,
I had a few times in life.
you get what I'm saying, Virg? I mean, that's just life, bro. That's how life works. So what I'm saying, you got to give people their margin for error too. Like, we had our margin for error, nigga, and we was out there gang banging on the streets, on them corners, doing, I mean, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we got past that. We grew out of that for the ones that did survive. The ones that did not survive it, bro, they was taught a harsh lesson. And I'm not talking about the ones that's just in the ground. I'm talking about the ones that's doing life too. You know what I'm saying? They got life way back in the 80s. I got a homie, Virg, that went to jail in July 1987. Do you know that nigga did not get out till January 2020? You understand?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a life. You think he finna do anything to go back to jail? Hell nah.
No, man. Especially off that motherfucker, boy. Y'all shit is crazy out there, man.
But see, I was lucky, Virg. Like, hey, I only did 2 years. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't need to be in there all them years to learn a lesson. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how it worked out for me. But with some people, come on, Virg, how many people you know that went back and forth to jail damn near their whole life?
Me. Nigga, me.
You was Virg, you wasn't like that for real.
I got 3 numbers, Big E.
Damn, Virg.
Yeah, that was my first 2 bids I did was little skip bids, man. You hear me? And I was a young boy, and I was still, you know, in the streets real heavy and stuff. And when you're in the streets, man, you're gonna catch cases and go to the joint. That's why, and we came up for this too, You know, we're bringing it back to Puff, right? In the situation at hand, going to the joint, man. Listen, man, Puff got it great in the joint, right? Like it's like he's not even in prison for real. For be honest.
Facts.
He's living better where he at in Fort Dix than a lot of people who out in the free world right now. Trust me.
Yep.
You know
Facts.
But prison is not nowhere you want to go. If you're going to be in the streets committing crimes, gang banging, slanging dope, whatever it is you're doing, drilling, whatever it is you're doing, scamming, whatever you're doing, you're going to go to the joint. You're going to go to the joint. I'm just let you know that right now. That's not where you want to go. So, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, live a straightforward life. Don't commit crimes, man. Use Puff, use me, use Big E, and people you may know as examples of what not to do. So you don't end up in the joint because ain't nothing can happen in the joint. You can't do nothing in there. Even
At
a
all.
guy like Puff with his influence, there's only so much he's going to be able to do. You're much better out here in the free world. You're more of a help to yourself and everybody else, right?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna let my brother Big E say his last words, and we're gonna end the show, man.
All right, well, yeah, man. Like for the newer generations and the generations to come, like embrace who you are. Like don't try to be something you not. I think with a lot of dudes, especially in my era, always was walking around like, you know, like we had shit to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, but if you not a street dude, if you ain't never been in jail, embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's not a badge of honor.
Yeah, like you know, if people see y'all doing it, like, nah, nigga, that jail is that lame, weak shit. Then you know you'll start that trend where you know people gonna go out their way to where it's like, nah, nigga, hell nah, I ain't going to jail. Like, you know, you make that like, you know, be shame.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason in my generation that was kind of held up as a badge of honor.
Right.
But when I got there and was seeing what was going on, I was like, hell no, this ain't no badge of honor, nigga. Y'all can have this shit.
It's a badge of honor I don't want. You hear me?
You know what I mean? So, man, embrace who you are, man. Like, you don't have to be a street nigga to protect yourself, to know how to fight, you know, to do what you know you need to do if the need, you know, if you have to. You get what I'm saying? Like, just be who you are, because we lost enough brothers behind trying to prove. And even you see right now for dudes who had stuff to try to prove back then and it then got caught up in RICO cases today. You know what I'm saying? They did. That means all that shit from back then caught up with them. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't just skate when you do things. You know what I'm saying? That you probably had no business. So, you know, just embrace who you are. If people say you was squared, man, be a damn good square, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You know what I mean? Protect your seed. You know what I'm saying? Live your life as best as you can. And get you a moral compass. For me, it's Yahweh. But, you know, have a moral compass. Find you a moral code to live by. And you should be okay. And I'm going to land with that, Virg.
I appreciate that. That's coming from the big homie Big E on that West Coast, left coast, out of that LA.
Sure. Salute.
From the turf for real. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you on that, Big E. Enjoy the rest of the evening, brother. Homie Big E, man. Shout out to my brother Big E, man. Listen here, man. I want to get this clear because I know a lot of you suck ass dudes and people on YouTube get stuff misconstrued. In no way, shape, or form, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for my brother Big E, seeing how he said it numerous times. We ain't taking up for this nigga Puff, man. Right? Puff is exactly where he should be. I could just imagine the stuff that Puff has gotten away with that he never is going to go to jail for. So this, you know, why you Puff ain't tripping? Puff ain't like, oh, I want to come home. They did me wrong. I was treated wrong. They violated my rights. You don't hear Puff saying none of that shit. Puff took his four. He like, you know what? I'm good. Because he cut a sweet deal. And he promised to keep his mouth shut with everything else he really do know. And he's willing to take the shame to come along with it, because although it's a high level of shame he's going to have to deal with when he come home, Puff gonna be all right, man. Which lets me know that Puff is still compromised. He's still working. Right? The only thing left for a guy like Puff is for them to get him up out of here. And I don't even, I hate to say, I ain't gonna say I hate to say stuff like that, but I don't like really saying it, even though I have to say it, because I know a lot of y'all gonna take that and be like, you murdered Brand, you wish you did. Man, shut up, man. Puff lives in the lifestyle to where he could become not here at any given moment. Right? As soon as he bite the hand that feed him and quit acting like he want to be a boss, like he bigger than the program. Right? But long as he agreed to go with it, man, even to the point to where he's going to take a level of shame, extreme shame, man. And I think that's very sad. So don't get it twisted, man. Puff is exactly where he's supposed to be. Where he should be. Where he need to be. Right? But outside of Puff, right, think about the residual effect. And this is the things we got to take into consideration. Imagine this being something that one of us have to go through. It ain't no win for us. It's over with. And y'all got to start thinking like that, though, man, because we're becoming into times where there's going to be no differentiations between who you are as your status. Everybody's going to be judging everybody. And if society don't think you fit in, guess what? Your ass is going to have a low score. This is just the beginning. And this is on this level. This is a trickle-down situation. Right? That's some good game. I like that you said that, man. Grow gardens and solar generators. Just be prepared. Yeah, man. Right? Smash that like button, click on those, subscribe to the page, share, and social engineer. I might be coming at y'all with a show. I'm gonna see how I feel when I get off of work tomorrow, man. I'm supposed to have tomorrow off, but I decided to go in for some overtime because it's just sweet at my job like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go and do the OT tomorrow. When I get off of work, that's when I'm gonna decide on the ride home if I'm gonna do a show tomorrow night or not. You feel me? You already know what it is. Hey, man, everybody got their opinions on this documentary, man. My opinion is a pretty good documentary. One of the best ones I've seen in a long time. Very well filmed, very well edited, very well put together. You know what I'm saying? It didn't put Puff in any type of light that he didn't put himself in already. It didn't touch on some things we spoke on tonight for good reason. Right? And all in all, you know what I'm saying? It was the culmination of what happens when you bite the hand that feeds you. Right? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man. You know what I'm talking about? Puff is in Fort Dixon, New Jersey. K-Roll was there. He messed it up because he got into it with some niggas from DC because he owed him some money and he ain't paying him. That's what type of nigga my brother was. And one of the dudes tried to stab him and he ended up beating dude up real bad. Right? And so he got moved from Fort Dix. So where was he at after that? He was in, I think he went from Fort Dix to, I think, where they sent him to. They sent him to Terre Haute, Indiana. That's where they sent. They sent him to Terre Haute, Indiana, which is a very known FCI. Maybe I'll tell y'all the story about that when my brother was locked up in Terre Haute, who his cellmate was. You feel me? That probably would make for an interesting podcast. Anyway, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Go Bucks. My Ohio State Buckeyes, #1, is playing the #2 Indiana Hoosiers at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in about 55 minutes. I'm not really a Buckeye fan, but I'm from the 08, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Tap in, tune in, watch the game, put your money on the bets. We'll tap in with y'all possibly tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. You already know what it is, man. I appreciate all the support, all of that. You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Sit up there and hit that like button and all that on the way out. share on your social engineering, subscribe to the page, click on the bell. You dig E&E every day, all day, no days off.
Necessary. What question it? And a hat.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add cream. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. The girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'll fire to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopied. Caught up on film flow, tracks is sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I see the heat like chimney blocks, and I charge for a hook, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep
kings.
my grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm with familiar, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, should be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get to use the whole. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Get it. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Let's go. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in his cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop any wicked, you this was just a problem. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.